Vauxhall Corsa and Astra represent two distinct yet foundational pillars within the British automotive landscape, each carrying the legacy of a marque with deep national roots, while reflecting the evolving priorities of European compact car design. To discuss them is to explore a narrative of democratization of technology, shifting consumer tastes, and the intense competition that defines the Supermini and family hatchback segments. The Corsa, as a Supermini, has long been the entry point for new drivers, a practical urban companion, and a consistent sales champion for Vauxhall, embodying accessibility and efficiency. In contrast, the Astra, positioned in the fiercely contested C-segment, battles the likes of the Ford Focus and Volkswagen Golf, and has historically served as the technological and stylistic flagship for the mainstream buyer, showcasing more advanced engineering, greater space, and a broader range of powertrains. Both models, however, share a common journey through decades of automotive development, from simple, front-engine, front-wheel drive utilitarian transport to sophisticated, connected, and safety-conscious vehicles of the modern era, all while bearing the distinctive Griffin badge. Tracing the lineage of the Corsa requires a glance back to the early 1980s, a time when Vauxhall's small car offering was the aging, rear-wheel drive Chevette. The first Corsa, known internally as the Corsa-e and launched in 1993, though its sibling, the Opel Corsa, debuted earlier in 1982, marked a decisive step into the modern Supermini era. It was a car of stark simplicity, with angular, straight-edged bodywork that maximized interior space within a diminutive footprint. Early models were offered with a range of small-displacement petrol engines, including 1.2-liter and 1.4-liter units, which were paragons of basic, reliable motoring. The cabin was dominated by hard-wearing plastics and a straightforward layout, with a focus on durability over adornment. A significant moment in this first generation's life was the introduction of the Corsa GC, a performance variant that hinted at the model's potential for fun, powered by a spirited 1.6-liter engine. The Corsa B, arriving in the early 1990s, softened the lines significantly, presenting a more rounded, aerodynamic profile that was very much in vogue at the time. This generation solidified the Corsa's reputation for robustness and low running costs, becoming a ubiquitous sight on British roads. It was during this period that the Corsa began to offer a wider variety of trim levels, catering not just to basic transport needs, but also to buyers seeking a few more comforts, such as electric windows or a sunroof. The engineering was straightforward, employing a MacPherson strut front suspension and a torsion beam rear axle, a layout that provided a good compromise between cost, packaging, and ride quality for a car of its size. Safety, while not featuring the complex electronic systems of today, was designed around a sturdy passenger cell, with later models incorporating driver-side airbags as standard, reflecting growing regulatory and consumer awareness. The turn of the millennium ushered in the Corsa C, a model that represented a significant leap in quality and refinement. Its exterior design, while still recognizably a Supermini, adopted a more cohesive and grown-up appearance, with cleaner lines and better panel fit. The interior saw a more substantial upgrade, with improved material textures, better ergonomics, and a dashboard design that felt more integrated and less like an assemblage of parts. Engine technology progressed, with the introduction of ECO-TEC units that offered improved fuel efficiency and lower emissions. The Corsa C also expanded the model's personality with the arrival of the VXR Performance variant, which packed a turbocharged 1.6-liter engine producing around 190 horsepower, transforming the humble Supermini into a genuine hot hatch capable of rivaling offerings from more premium brands. This performance iteration featured a stiffer suspension setup, larger brakes, and distinctive body styling, appealing to a younger, enthusiast-driven market. Alongside this, the Corsa began to embrace diesel power in earnest, with frugal 1.3 and 1.7-liter CDTI engines becoming popular with high-mileage drivers, offering impressive fuel economy that often exceeded 60 miles per gallon. The chassis of the Corsa C was also more sophisticated, offering better crash protection through advanced crumple zone design and the inclusion of more airbags as standard across the range. This generation marked the point where the Corsa started to be perceived not just as a cheap car, but as a good car in its own right, capable of holding its own against newer competitors from Japan and Korea. Concurrently, the Vauxhall Astra was evolving on a parallel but larger track. The Astra nameplate replaced the Vauxhall Viva in 1980, and its early generations were defined by practicality and value. The Astra F of the 1990s, for instance, was a boxy, spacious workhorse, available as a 3- or 5-door hatchback, a saloon, and an estate. It was a car built for families and fleet buyers, with an emphasis on reliability and cost-effectiveness. However, it was with the Astra G in the late 1990s that the model began to exhibit greater dynamism and style, featuring a more rounded, wind-cheating shape and a cabin that aimed for a higher level of comfort. The Performance GC and later VXR models became legends, with turbocharged engines and keen handling that earned them a loyal following. The Astra H, launched in the mid-2000s, was a watershed moment. It introduced the pioneering FlexRide adaptive damping system on certain trims, a feature that allowed drivers to toggle between standard, sport, and tour modes, altering the throttle response, steering weight, and damper stiffness. This technology, typically reserved for more expensive cars, trickled down to the mainstream Astra, highlighting Vauxhall's engineering ambitions. Its design, penned under the leadership of Mark Adams, featured a distinctive blade character line along the body side, a signature that would endure for generations. The cabin quality took another step forward, with soft-touch materials on the dashboard and doors, and options like panoramic windscreens and advanced infotainment systems. The convergence of Corsa and Astra development philosophies became most apparent in the 2010s, as both models grappled with the industry's twin pillars of efficiency and connectivity. The Corsa D and E generations increasingly borrowed technology and styling cues from their larger Astra sibling. The Corsa's exterior styling became more sculpted and athletic, with sharper headlights and a more prominent grille, mirroring the Astra's confident stance. Inside, the emphasis shifted towards a driver-centric cockpit, with infotainment screens becoming central to the dashboard design. The introduction of the IntelliLink system brought smartphone integration via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to the Supermini segment, a feature that quickly transitioned from a luxury to a necessity. Similarly, advanced driver assistance systems, ADAS, once the preserve of executive cars, began to appear. Features like lane departure warning, forward collision alert, and even adaptive cruise control became available on high-spec Corsa models, representing a profound shift in how safety was delivered in a small car. Under the skin, weight reduction became a critical focus. The latest Corsa, Generation F, utilizes a version of the Multi-Energy Common Modular Platform, CMP, developed by Group PSA, now part of Stellantis, following Opel/Vauxhall's acquisition from General Motors. This platform strategy is revolutionary for the Corsa, as it is explicitly designed to accommodate pure electric powertrains from the outset, alongside traditional petrol and diesel engines. This has given birth to the Corsa-e, an all-electric variant with a 50 kWh battery offering a range of over 200 miles, which represents the most significant transformation in the model's history. Its electric motor delivers instant torque, providing brisk, silent acceleration that redefines the driving experience of a Vauxhall Supermini. The packaging benefits of a dedicated EV platform are also apparent, with no significant compromise on interior space compared to its internal combustion engine siblings. The Astra's journey through this period, particularly with the Astra K generation launched in 2015, was one of relentless refinement and technological integration. Weight saving was a paramount engineering goal, with extensive use of high-strength steel and aluminum components shaving off significant kilograms compared to its predecessor, directly benefiting handling agility, performance, and fuel economy. The exterior design evolved to be more sleek and premium, with a lower, wider stance and intricate lighting signatures, both front and rear. The interior of the Astra K was a masterclass in creating a perception of quality within cost constraints. A minimalist dashboard housed an intuitive infotainment system, and the seats were designed for long-distance comfort. The breadth of engine options expanded to include highly efficient 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol units, such as the 1-liter and 1.4-liter engines, which offered a compelling mix of low-end punch and remarkable efficiency. Diesel engines, like the 1.6 CDTI, became cleaner and quieter, featuring selective catalytic reduction, AdBlue technology to meet stringent Euro 6 emissions standards. The Astra also pushed the boundaries of semi-autonomous driving aids in its class. Its portfolio of features, often bundled under names like IntelliLux LED matrix lighting, which could automatically mask sections of the high beam to avoid dazzling other drivers, and a comprehensive suite of camera and radar-based systems provided adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go functionality, lane centering assist, traffic sign recognition, and autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian detection. This transformed the Astra from a simple family carrier into an intelligent travel companion, capable of reducing driver fatigue on motorways and enhancing safety in complex urban environments. Examining the driving dynamics of both models reveals a nuanced evolution from straightforward utility to engineered engagement. The Corsa, by virtue of its smaller size and weight, has traditionally offered a nimble, agile feel, particularly in urban settings where its tight turning circle and light steering make it exceptionally easy to maneuver. The suspension tuning has generally prioritized comfort, absorbing the imperfections of British B-roads competently, though earlier generations could feel a touch unsettled over sharper bumps. The latest generation, on the PSA-derived platform, marks a significant improvement in ride refinement and cabin quietness, with better isolation from road and wind noise. The electric Corsa-e offers a uniquely different experience. The immediate, silent surge of acceleration is accompanied by a lower center of gravity due to the floor-mounted battery pack, which enhances cornering stability. The steering is precise, if not overly communicative, and the braking system, which blends regenerative and mechanical braking, requires a slight period of acclimatization but soon feels natural. The Astra, aiming for a broader market, has always striven for a more mature and composed driving character. The chassis is tuned to offer a settled, confident ride on motorways, with good suppression of tire roar and wind noise, making it a capable long-distance cruiser. When pushed on a twisting road, the Astra exhibits safe, predictable understeer at the limit, with body roll well controlled. The introduction of adaptive dampers in higher trims allows the driver to tailor this balance, firming up the suspension for sharper responses in sport mode or softening it for wafting comfort in tour. The electric power steering is light at low speeds for parking, but gains weight progressively, offering reasonable feedback. The Performance VXR variants, now discontinued, were in a different league, with specially tuned suspensions, limited slip differentials, and powerful turbocharged engines that delivered thrilling acceleration and tenacious grip, carving a distinct niche for themselves amongst front-wheel drive hot hatches. The interior environment of both the Corsa and Astra tells a story of the democratization of premium features. In the Corsa, the cabin layout is defined by the need to maximize space within a compact footprint. The driving position is generally good, with a height-adjustable seat and steering wheel allowing most drivers to find a comfortable posture. The quality of materials has seen a dramatic uplift over the generations. Where once hard, scratchy plastics dominated every surface, the latest models feature soft-touch materials on the dashboard top, padded door armrests, and in higher specifications, attractive fabric or synthetic leather seat upholstery. The infotainment system, typically presented on a 7 or 10-inch color touchscreen positioned centrally on the dashboard, is the command center. The software, now the intuitive Pure Panel system from Stellantis in the latest models, offers clear graphics, responsive touch inputs, and seamless smartphone mirroring. Physical climate controls are often retained for ease of use, a welcome feature compared to some rivals that bury all functions within touchscreen menus. Practicality is a Corsa's strong suit. Despite its small exterior dimensions, the rear bench can accommodate 2 adults for short journeys reasonably comfortably, and the boot space is competitive within the Supermini class, often expanding significantly with the rear seats folded via a 60-40 split. The Astra's interior takes these concepts and expands upon them with a clear focus on family usability and perceived quality. There is more generous space in all dimensions. Legroom, shoulder room, and headroom are all notably greater, making it a genuinely viable car for 4 adults on a long trip. The boot is larger and more regularly shaped, with a low-load lip for easy access. The dashboard design in recent generations has become increasingly driver-focused, with the instruments and infotainment screen forming a cohesive, curved panel that flows towards the driver. High-end materials, such as brushed aluminum trim, ambient lighting, and full leather upholstery, are available on Elite and Ultimate trims, creating an ambience that challenges some premium rivals. Storage solutions are plentiful, with deep door bins, a usefully sized glove box, and clever cubbies for phones and other small items. Advanced features like wireless smartphone charging, head-up displays projecting speed and navigation onto the windscreen, and premium audio systems from brands like Bose have all found their way into the Astra, solidifying its position as a technologically advanced and comfortable family hatchback. The powertrain landscape for both models is currently in a state of historic transition, spanning traditional internal combustion engines to fully electric propulsion. For the Corsa, the conventional engine lineup typically includes a small, turbocharged three-cylinder petrol engine, such as a 1.2-liter unit offered in different states of tune, balancing perky performance with excellent real-world fuel economy, often achieving over 50 miles per gallon. These engines are paired with either a smooth manual gearbox or an automatic transmission, often an efficient dual-clutch unit in newer models. The star of the show, however, is the all-electric powertrain. The Corsa-e's synchronous electric motor delivers approximately 136 horsepower and 260 newton-meters of torque, propelling the car from 0 to 60 mph in under 8 seconds, which is brisk for the class. The 50 kWh lithium-ion battery pack is mounted under the floor, and using a 100 kW rapid charger, it can be topped up from 0 to 80% in around 30 minutes. The real-world range is a key consideration, and in mixed driving, drivers can reliably expect over 200 miles, making it a fully viable primary vehicle for most usage patterns, completely eliminating tailpipe emissions and offering extremely low running costs per mile. The Astra's engine range is broader, reflecting its role as a workhorse for diverse customers. Petrol options are dominated by turbocharged units, including a frugal 1.2-liter three-cylinder and more powerful 1.4 and 1.6-liter four-cylinders. Diesel remains a choice for high-mileage drivers, with the 1.5-liter and 1.6-liter CDTI engines being remarkably efficient, capable of exceeding 70 miles per gallon on a long motorway run. Transmission choices include precise 6-speed manuals, conventional automatics, and in some markets, continuously variable transmissions, CVTs. The Astra also embraced plug-in hybrid technology with the Grandland X sibling, but a dedicated Astra plug-in hybrid has been a notable absence, a gap that the latest generation Astra, set to be launched, is expected to fill as part of Stellantis's electrification strategy. This new Astra promises to be a landmark, likely offering compelling plug-in hybrid variants that combine an electric-only range for daily commuting with a petrol engine for longer journeys, alongside a pure electric version, marking a complete transformation of the model line. Ownership costs and reliability are pivotal considerations for buyers in these segments. The Corsa has historically enjoyed a reputation for affordable motoring, with reasonable insurance groups, especially for lower-powered models, making it popular with new drivers, competitive servicing costs from a wide dealer network, and strong residual values due to its high demand in the used car market. Reliability has improved markedly over the years. Earlier generations were generally robust if maintained properly, but could suffer from minor electrical gremlins or wear-and-tear items. The latest generation, underpinned by the widely used Stellantis CMP platform, benefits from the proven reliability of its powertrains and components shared across a vast family of vehicles. The electric Corsa-e adds a new dimension to ownership costs. The absence of fuel, oil changes, and many traditional service items is offset by the potential cost of battery replacement in the very long term, though manufacturers typically offer lengthy battery warranties, often 8 years 100,000 miles, to assuage such fears. Home charging makes it exceptionally cheap to run. The Astra, often chosen by families and company car users, is evaluated on total cost of ownership. Its efficient engines, particularly the diesels, have long been favorites with fleet managers for their low fuel and maintenance costs. Insurance groups are moderate, and servicing intervals are often lengthy, thanks to long-life engine oil and components. Reliability for the Astra has followed a similar trajectory to the Corsa, solid mechanicals with some electronic complexities in later models. The extensive use of technology, from adaptive cruise control to matrix LED lights, while adding to the driving experience, does increase the potential cost of repairs outside of warranty. Both models benefit from Vauxhall's comprehensive warranty packages and the widespread availability of parts, which helps keep long-term maintenance affordable. The brand's strong presence in the UK also means that most towns will have a dealership or independent specialist capable of servicing them, a practical advantage that is sometimes overlooked. In the grand tapestry of the British and European automotive industry, the Vauxhall Corsa and Astra are far more than mere products. They are cultural touchstones. The Corsa in particular has been a constant in the lives of millions, serving as a first car, a trusted city runabout, and a symbol of affordable personal mobility. Its evolution from a basic econobox to a tech-laden, optionally electric modern vehicle mirrors society's journey towards greater environmental consciousness and digital integration. The Astra has carried the burden of being Vauxhall's family champion, a car that needed to be all things to a wide array of buyers. Practical for the school run, comfortable for the commute, efficient for the business trip, and engaging for the enthusiast. Its continual refinement and adoption of cutting-edge safety and comfort technologies demonstrate the intense pressure in the C-segment to deliver value and sophistication. Today, as the automotive world stands on the brink of an electric revolution, both models are at the forefront of this change for the mainstream buyer. The Corsa-e has made zero-emissions motoring accessible in a familiar, practical package, while the next-generation Astra is poised to do the same for the family hatchback class. Their stories are interconnected, a narrative of adaptation and resilience, showcasing how a historic brand has navigated changing ownership, stringent regulations, and shifting consumer desires. From the simple mechanical honesty of the early Corsas and Astras to the digitally integrated, efficiency-optimized vehicles of today, they remain steadfast in their core mission: to provide dependable, attainable, and progressively advanced transportation for the many, all under the enduring emblem of the Vauxhall Griffin. Their continued presence and evolution on Britain's roads are a testament to their deeply ingrained role in the nation's motoring identity.